What's up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with GuitarJams.com. Another day, another lesson. Anyway, gonna teach this to you right now. And that's it, really. You know, got some cool stuff you can check out down there. Let's learn the lesson.
And here we go.
All right, the tuning of this, the original song got messed up by being recorded and slowed down and then mastered and then sped back up. And basically, though, he is playing just like a regular kind of D thing, but to make it match to the recording, we got to put the capo on the first fret. So here's what we're going to do. You can use your fingers for the intro. I did a little hybrid picking thing, but whatever works for you is going to be fine for that. So we're going to do, I'm going to call this 0, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So we're going to go to the 2nd fret, and we're going to cover, I just bar it, but we want to cover the 2nd fret of the G and the high E. And it comes from that D chord. But we're not playing the B string, so I'm just barring it so I can get all my other moves based off of bar vibe. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pluck the G and the high E together, then the open D. Not too bad, right? Then we're gonna slide this finger all the way to 1 fret below your double dots on your guitar. But we're gonna add our middle finger to that double dotted fret. And we're gonna still only pluck the G and the high E. So watch, we'd have this. That open D is followed, so. And if you can take the shape, you add your middle finger, slide it up, that's kind of what's going on there. And if you can not block that so it rings out for the next couple of chords, because we're gonna go like this. We're gonna take that same bar idea, which right now is 1 fret below the double dots. We're gonna go another half step. And we're only gonna pluck the G and the high E, so that's the next chord. Then another whole step down. So watch, we'd have this. Another whole step down with that middle finger down. Back to the original. Let's see here. And from there, if you can get your thumb around on the 3rd fret to play this G minor chord, well, I guess we can call it F sharp minor. So what you need to do is bar the 2nd fret, which we were already on that spot for that first and last chord we just did. But we're gonna just kind of bar it over so we're covering this kind of bulk here on the 2nd fret and get our ring finger down onto right here, which will be your dot. I mean, without the capo, it's the 5th fret. With the capo, we'd call it the 4th fret. And with our pinky, doing a off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on as we strum it. Then, with that same bar of my index finger, which I'm already barring, I want to get the open A in there and play it like an A major chord. With that same movement, I think I use my pinky. So the first one's G minor, and when you're going, the very first, if you can get your thumb over there, you get a nice G bass note. And then the A. Just like that. So the whole thing. Okay, so capo's still on the 1st fret, and we're gonna start with a D chord. And we've got, and really the whole rhythm's super easy. It's just, I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And every once in a while, if you want to get a Andia or a E-anda in there, you can go 1 and 2 E-anda, 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E-anda, 1 E-anda, 2 and 3, 4 and, but really it's just 1 and 2, that's it. So we start with a D. Da, da, words are flowing. Then we need to go to a B minor, well, we'll call it a B minor. It's the 2nd fret from the capo, and it looks like an A minor shape. These are all in my ebook. So we got D to B minor, so we got words are flowing out like endless. Then we just take this shape and move it to what looks like an E minor bar there. So that's the next one. So we got words are flowing out like endless rain. into a paper cup. They... E minor 7. The easiest way to play E minor 7 is just one finger on the 2nd fret there. But you could also add 3rd fret on the B with that chord. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe. So we need an A chord after that, but here's what we got. So we got words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they slip away across the universe. Pretty much the same thing again. Pools of sorrow. There's one other thing, but so we got same thing. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind. Then E minor 7 still. Possessing and new chord. We'd call it G minor. So we got 1, 2, 3rd fret up, barred, and that E minor shape that we did right here. It's just up a half step. And 3 and 4 and into the chorus. And that's really the whole song. But so let me do it again. We've got D chord to B minor, sharp minor, it stays right there. Then it goes to E minor 7. A7, and it's one extra count on the A. Instead of 4, it's 5 there, which is a little weird, but if you listen to the recording, you'll know what I'm talking about, and I expect you to do that. So we've got B minor, sharp minor again, it stays right there, E minor, but then G minor. Favorite move of the Beatles, and that's the minor 4 chord. Look, if I just stuck my hand out and we thought of D as the 1, because we're in the key of D, D, E, F, G, the 4 chord is typically major, and it is even major in this song too, but the Beatles love to go to that minor, they love to turn that 4 chord into a minor chord. They did it in a lot of songs, and it adds that dramatic. It feels great to go back to the 1 chord from that minor 4 as a little rule breaker. Okay, so then we've got A, then G, 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 A, G, G, D, 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 B minor, F sharp minor, it stays right there, E minor 7, and then an A, and an A7 for an extra beat, starts over the B minor. This one again, it stays right there. E minor to G minor, dramatic. J, now A, G, D, G, G, G. All right, you guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and you know, for the new year I might throw a couple little secret little, very subtle little Easter eggs in there, just little things that might pop up that may surprise you, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, thanks a lot for the support, and we'll see you in another lesson real soon. See you later.